As part of Red Eye's ongoing coverage of violence and homicides in Chicago, we recently took the police department up on its offer to get an inside look at how officers do their job. For the 90-minute ride-along, the police department selected tactical officers Kelly Bongiovanni and Jamie Jower in the Inglewood district. Last year, the district counted 40 killings, which made up about 7% of the more than 500 homicides recorded in the city.
Our team is a robbery, burglary, theft team, mission team, and our focus is in progress calls, robberies in progress, shots fired, what else?
Shots fired,
vice calls,
any kind of vice
calls,
selling narcotic calls.
actions. And for tonight, we're going to be focusing on 723's beat, which goes from 63rd Street to 69th, and what is this? Roughly Sangamon to Wallace.
So as you're driving around, are you just going to be, scoping out if anything's
Yeah, absolutely. If anything's suspicious, or if we see a traffic violation, or if there's anything we feel like we need to take action, we definitely will. The weather sometimes is indicative if a lot of groups of people are hanging out. It's pretty cold, so we're probably not going to see a lot of groups just hanging out, but you'll see a few people here and there, so hanging out in front of maybe abandoned buildings or on corners or lots. This is where you gotta hang out. You can't hang out at somebody's house? I don't get it. They're being cooperative, so I'm just name checking them to see if any of them are wanted or gang members or... Just a few houses down, I'm not going to point out with these guys here. They've done numerous search warrants and recovered guns, drugs. We just name check them, we name check them and then we contact them. Basically, we write a little report at the end of the night saying, hey, we contacted these guys, this is what they were doing, and then, we link them all together. Basically, they were hanging out in the corner, couldn't really tell us, nobody lives here, and, they have really no reason to be hanging out in this corner in the freezing cold, so. Let's go inside.
Sometimes if we do that, we pull up and say something to people, take off running. And then there's a foot chase.
Sometimes they'll just talk to us. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll be, rude. Some people don't like the police. Sometimes they want to talk to us a lot more than we want to talk to them. And so it can be any of the above.
A lot of our information comes from calls to our office.
Yes.
There's, drug sales going on here, or this person has a gun, and that's how a lot of our leads are
generated. Yes, from either anonymous or good citizens who want to either, clean up their block or have had a problem with somebody. Maybe they're getting burglarized by somebody from their block, or whatever the case may be. This is kind of the description that they gave. So we're talking to these guys, and the victim said that they could identify the offender if we gave them a possible. But she also described the phone for us, so we could see if he has that. came out to see what's going on. That's pretty common for people to inquire what's going on with their friends or family members. These officers are going to go talk to the victim and see if either one of these two who were described were involved, and to get a positive or negative ID.
Is there a typical time of day where it tends to get busier than?
Typically, actually, this time and a little bit later on, it is probably the busiest. But it really depends too. In summertime, it might be rocking. During the day, a hot summer day, stuff might be happening at 2:00 in the afternoon, or sometimes 2:00 in the morning. A lot of times there'll be like shootings and stuff in summertime. Winter's like, it's hit or miss. If somebody's into it with something and it is a weekday, it really, sometimes it might be really busy, but a lot of times it's it's like this. It's just kind of dull. There's just some stuff going on, but everybody's probably inside chilling.
I think there's only two. The passenger was leaned back. I couldn't see the rest. We pulled this car over because initially when I saw him on 67th, the passenger didn't have his seatbelt on. And then we ran the plate, it came back with a stolen auto hit. And sometimes it just hits on a stolen license plate, vehicle sticker, it could be anything. So you have to read all the pages. And this one looks like it's going to be recovered already. So the owner got the vehicle back. On the front of his shirt, it says I heart my squad, and it has the number sign was 069 because he's from 69th Street. It's part of one of the factions that hangs out on 69th Street.
People always ask why we haven't left 7 or tried to leave Inglewood. Honestly, I would say it's because of the backup here and the camaraderie that we have as a district. I would think, in my opinion. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah,
I mean, like you just saw, there's
people who definitely choose to stay here. That's a big reason, and especially when if you like to work and be busy. I mean, your time goes by a lot faster when you work in a place that's busy and has stuff going on. I think you just get used to it. It takes kind of a weird, special person to work here day after day, but it's kind of just like our own little dysfunctional family.